You're watching Love Advice TV. Today is all about dating styles. My name is Jeremy, and as you can see, there's no guest in the studio with me. For this episode, I took it poolside, and I had the opportunity to speak with Andre and Lauren. Now let's take a look and see what they have to say.
What would you say your dating style is, or what would you prefer the person you're interested in, what their dating style would be?
Okay, I don't want to go out to dinner. That's annoying.
I agree. You just want to chill, hang out, have a good time, get to know the person. Yeah.
Talk. Dinner.
Enjoy each other's
weird.
company. Like, you're awkward sitting at a table. You have to, like...
Yeah.
It's an awkward situation.
And, like, maybe doing something like going to a show or something like that.
You could go bowling.
Yeah.
You could go bowling. Bowling.
Okay.
Pictures.
Yeah, $5 picture beers.
Okay, let me ask this. Okay, as a woman, what would you prefer your first date to be?
Bowling. $5 pictures. Probably.
That's true. That's a good one. Because you get to let loose and have a good time.
Bowling with $5 pictures.
Yeah,
just
picture
something cheap.
Something simple, easy, not too expensive. Don't try too hard. That's the worst.
Yeah, I agree. Trying too hard is kind of weird.
I agree. So one of the things I like to do, so tell me what you think from a female perspective. One of the things I like to do is I like to make the first date just super simple. You know, nothing too rigorous, nothing too, crazy. Pretty much a quick date for the most part. I want to come in, I want to meet you, I want to ask you a couple questions, see, how we vibe together, not spend a whole bunch. I don't like to blow, $80 on a huge dinner the first night or anything like that.
Like an interview or a real date?
I believe personally that first dates are interviews. What do you think about that?
I agree.
Yeah, I would say so.
From what I see,
Wasted and have sex. I don't know.
So yes, that is true. So you could be, looking for just to get laid the first night. Do you feel that women look for that as much as men do?
I would say yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Just looking first date, like, okay. So if you meet, let's say you meet a guy and he asks you out on a date or whatever, what would you say would be the telltale sign of whether or not you're just going to be like, hey, I just want to have sex tonight, or where you take it?
Their hands.
What do you mean? What about their hands?
Do they put them? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing?
Just the sides of their hands and.
No, that's what I know. No. Do you know?
I'm answering the question.
You can tell, like. That's
Wait, so you're saying? Let me ask. So you're saying that if a guy has big hands?
automatically?
No.
That's what the question was.
No, that's not the question.
The question is, how do you tell if a guy wants?
From your perspective, if
It's completely different.
you want to sleep with a guy,
Want to sleep with a guy?
from
Their hands.
let me reword this. So a guy asks you out on a date. What is your telltale sign on how you feel about it? On whether you say, wow, I think this guy, might be cool, so I want to actually give this an honest chance, or I'm just looking for him to lay me tonight.
Oh.
What's your first inkling to say, like
Like,
which way you go?
How I'm feeling.
At what point? At what point do you make that decision?
Right away. Within the first 5 seconds I'm talking to him.
Yep. Hands.
Okay, let's say you meet this guy online.
I wouldn't sleep with someone on the first time ever meeting him online.
No way.
So you don't.
Well, that's not true. I mean, once you meet him and if his hands
Yeah.
are decent and.
Okay, man. So
You can tell within the first 5 seconds of talking to someone if you're attracted to them sexually, mentally, no matter what it is. You can tell. Right?
So within the first 5 seconds, if you're physically attracted, then you would say, if this leads to sex at the end of the first night, you're cool with that.
Well, I wouldn't let it lead to sex at the end of the first night.
Ever?
I would.
Probably not.
So it's about a 50-50 then. So, all right. So there's some statistics for you.
If it's someone that I
You're
just want to
lying.
sleep with, I would. But if it's someone that I actually like, I would not sleep with them on the
That's
first
true.
date.
That's true. Well,
If it's someone, yes, it is. If it's someone that I felt that I actually liked, I would not sleep with them. But if it's someone that I felt
If you felt
like, if it was just like I'm not attracted, like we're just gonna sleep together, then yeah, I would.
so if there was some sort of emotional connection.
Then I would not sleep with them on the first date.
oh, I would.
Okay, so
That's different. And
so Andre, let me ask you this: what tips would you give to another woman going on a first date?
I mean, I don't know. Just. I can only say what I do. I myself, if you don't like me, that's fine. Whatever. Sorry.
Okay, how about you, Lauren? So one of your female friends going on a first date, they're nervous. What advice do you give?
same thing. Be yourself. Be who you are. I mean, you can't act like someone you're not on the first date, and the second date comes around and you're a totally different person. So be open, be honest, be who you are, and if it turns into a relationship, you better be who you want to be in that relationship. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, definitely.
Okay, makes sense in my head.
Don't lie about who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. My advice for someone going on a first date is I tell them, don't divulge too much information.
Agreed.
Agree.
A lot of people will tend to say more than what's needed to be said.
Yep.
A first date, in all honesty, should be superficial.
Yep.
It is an interview, so you should just what's on the outside. Questions, you should ask. What's your favorite type of movie? What's your favorite type of music? Favorite type of food? What do you like to do on the weekends? Do you have any hobbies? I feel a first date should be pretty quick, simple.
Like how's quick? How quick is quick?
If
I'm just wondering.
an average first date really should not be longer than 2 hours.
Oh, agree. I thought you were gonna say like 30 minutes.
No. I would say no longer than 2 hours, unless you realize, wow, I'm really clicking with this person, and
hang out with them more.
and you know that they're really clicking. Exactly. I mean, if it leads to sex, whatever.
Or you just try and meet somebody and have a good relationship with them.
So let's go ahead and recap some of the things that I spoke with Andre and Lauren about. First of all, a first date should be short, really no longer than about 2 hours or so. And you want to keep it something simple. Maybe try something like bowling or possibly a coffee. Something real easy. No dinners. Apparently they feel dinner on a first date is lame. Number 2 is women size up a man within the first 5 seconds of meeting them. So men, if within the first 5 seconds that woman's already decided whether she's going to be sleeping with you tonight. So don't even try and go overboard with the awkward hugs at the end. Hey, so is this going to go anywhere else? It's not going to happen. They've already decided. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Finally, be who you are. The one thing you don't want to happen is after the first date, if it went well and you were somewhat fake, then you come in the second date and you're acting like a completely different person, you've just ruined it. It's not going to go on or progress further into any other relationship. So that wraps it up for this episode. Thank you for watching Love Advice, and we'll see you the next one.